and today we're going to be making some hair softening shampoo. And we're actually going to be using one of these guys. Do you guys know what this is? Maybe? This is actually burdock root. A lot of people don't really know what to do with these things. And I was actually in the store buying one at Whole Foods, and the lady was like, she's like, what do you even use this for? She's like, we carry them, but I have no idea what they're used for. One thing I use them for, I actually don't cook with these, but you can, but they're actually really, really great for softening hair. So we're going to be using some of this today. This was actually only 50 cents for this whole entire thing. So it's really cheap when you're gonna make your own shampoo. So I have listed everything below on my blog that we're going to need. Let's go grab it and get started, guys. The first thing we're going to need is 1 cup of boiling water. Next, we're going to need our burdock root. Now, burdock root contains mucilage, inulin, vitamin A, and essential fatty acids, which are all great for nourishing and softening your hair. Burdock root also is recommended for promoting hair growth, which is just an added bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and take these and cut them into small little medallion shapes. Then we're going to further cut these little medallions into halves and then into quarters. Now we can go ahead and measure out 1/8 cup. You're just going to want to pack these in there. It's okay if it kind of overflows the top a little bit. Alright, so just like this. Next, we're going to need some marjoram. Now, marjoram is found under the same genus as oregano, and the names are often used interchangeably. But marjoram is great at fighting dandruff, itchy scalp, and is high in vitamin K. Currently, I couldn't find any fresh at the store, so I'm going to be using dry. But if you can find fresh, you're going to use 1/8 cup, just like the burdock root, but we're going to be using 1 tablespoon here. So now we're going to go ahead and add this into our jar, and then also our burdock root. And here's what it looks like. Now we can go ahead and add in our 1 cup of boiling water. And make sure to use a glass jar. You don't want the plastic toxins getting into your mixture. And we're going to go ahead and cap this nice and tight. And then give it a little shake to get it started. And we're going to go ahead and let this steep for about 10 to 20 minutes. While we wait for our herbs to steep, we can go ahead and get our other ingredients ready. Here we're going to be using some Castile soap. Just make sure that it's unscented. I'm using Dr. Bronner's Baby Mild. And we're going to go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of this. Most of the ingredients in Castile soap are plant oils, so it makes for a great cleaning agent. Next, we're going to need some olive oil. Now, olive oil has tons of antioxidants, helping to improve the condition of your scalp. The fatty acids in olive oil also help to coat the shaft of the hair, leaving it healthy and protected. We're going to need 1 teaspoon. Now, if you're using fresh herbs, a strainer like this will be fine, but for dry herbs, a tea strainer might be a little bit better. I'm actually going to be using a nut bag. It's just much easier for me to pour everything into. So I'm just going to set this down into a bowl, or if you're using a strainer, you can set that over a bowl as well. And then we're just going to uncap our herbs and pour them into the bag. Now, when using dry herbs, I find that the other strainer, just most of the herbs go straight through it, so you won't really have a clear liquid like I have here, but it still is fine. If you do have some herbs in your water, it's not going to hurt anything. Now we can go ahead and take this liquid and add it into our other ingredients. Then we can go ahead and whisk all of this together. Now, as a final ingredient, I'm going to be using some pineapple fragrance oil. You can use an essential oil or fragrance oil of your choice, but I am in the mood for pineapples. So you're going to go ahead and add in 6 drops of this. You can use more or less, but I think 6 is a good starting point. Then we're going to whisk this all together. Now I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the olive oil in here. It will weight your hair down. So if you're going to use the full amount of olive oil, such as I've done, I like the benefits that it provides. It will weigh your hair down. So you might want to choose like a donut bun or a braid or something like that for the next day. I'll usually leave this on for about a day, and then I'll go ahead and wash my hair with one of my regular shampoos the following day.
Or if you have oily hair or you just find that this is way too much oil for you, you can go ahead and use half a teaspoon, a quarter teaspoon, or omit it all together if you like. So here is what the finished product looks like. It will smell a little bit like burdock root, but don't be worried, that will not be in your hair when it's dry. So I'm just going to show you guys what kind of lather you can get. As you can see, this is a water-based shampoo. It is very thin. If you want to thicken it up, you can use some xanthan gum. I used that in my first shampoo, my hair growth shampoo that I made for you guys. So you can use that to thicken it up if you'd like.